Welcome, scholars. Today we're exploring one of the most vital skills for global citizens, cross-cultural communication. Whether you're collaborating on international research, leading diverse teams, or working in multicultural communities, misunderstandings can derail progress. But with the right tools, you can turn cultural differences into strengths. Let's break down 4 pillars of success: understanding communication styles, managing misunderstandings, resolving conflicts, and negotiating across cultures. Topic 1. High context versus low context cultures. Let us start with high context and low context cultures, 2 frameworks that shape how people share and interpret information. Imagine you're working on a group project with peers from Japan and Germany. Here's what you need to know. High context cultures, e.g., Japan, Nigeria, China. Communication is indirect and implicit. Words are just one part of the message. Tone, silence, and body language carry deeper meaning. Example: a Nigerian colleague says, "This proposal needs more work." In reality, they might mean, "This isn't acceptable." You'll need to notice their hesitant tone or lack of eye contact. Relationships and hierarchy matter. Respect for elders or leaders is shown through gestures. In Uganda, a student might lower their gaze when speaking to a professor, a sign of respect, not disinterest. Conflict is avoided to preserve harmony. Direct disagreement is rare. Instead, phrases like, "Let me consider that," might signal a polite no. Low-context cultures, e.g., US, Germany, Sweden. Communication is direct and explicit. Messages are clear, detailed, and rely on words over context. Example: a German team member says, "Your analysis has gaps in section 3 with no sugarcoating." Efficiency and clarity are prioritized. Instructions are written plainly. A Dutch professor's feedback, "Your argument lacks evidence," isn't rude. It's meant to help you improve. Disagreements are addressed openly. Example: in a U.S. lab meeting, a researcher might say, "I disagree with your method. Here's why." Why this matters for scholars. In high-context settings, observe nonverbal cues and ask open-ended questions to uncover hidden meanings. In low-context settings, be concise and put key points in writing to avoid ambiguity. Topic 2. Managing cross-cultural misunderstandings. Misunderstandings often stem from clashing communication styles. Let's unpack common triggers and solutions. Scenario 1. Time sensitivity. Monochronic cultures, e.g., Germany, Switzerland. Time is linear. Deadlines are strict. A delayed project submission might be seen as unprofessional. Polychronic cultures, e.g., Mexico, India. Time is fluid. Relationships come first. A colleague arriving late to a meeting isn't disrespectful. They're prioritizing a personal connection. Solution: set clear expectations early. Say, "Let's agree on deadlines for each phase to keep the project on track." Scenario 2. Nonverbal misinterpretation. In South Korea, avoiding eye contact with seniors shows respect. In Australia, avoiding eye contact might signal dishonesty. Solution: research cultural norms before collaborating. Ask politely, "In your culture, how is respect shown during discussions?" Scenario 3. Direct versus indirect feedback. A U.S. supervisor says, "Your presentation needs stronger data." A Thai supervisor says, "Your presentation was very creative." Translation: add more data. Solution: clarify gently. "Thank you. Could you share specific areas where I can improve?" Pro tip for you: use the 3-step clarification method. 1. Acknowledge, "I appreciate your feedback." 2. Reflect, "It sounds like you're suggesting." 3. Confirm, "Did I understand correctly?" Topic 3. Conflict resolution strategies for leaders. Conflicts are inevitable, but leaders can turn them into opportunities. Let's explore the Thomas Kilmann conflict model with real-world examples. 1. Collaborate, win-win. When to use. Both sides have valid needs and relationships matter long-term. Example, 2 researchers clash over methodology, facilitate a discussion to merge their approaches. Let's combine your qualitative interviews with my quantitative survey for a mixed method study. 2. Compromise, give and take. When to use. Quick resolution is needed, but no one gets everything. Example, a team argues over conference presenters. Agree? You present the first half, I'll present the second. 3. Accommodate, yield. When to use. Maintaining harmony is critical. Example, a senior professor insists on an outdated method. To preserve rapport, say, let's try your approach this time, and evaluate the results. 4. Avoid pause. When to use. Emotions are too high, or the issue is minor. Example, a heated debate erupts over font choices in a paper. Table it, let's revisit this after lunch. 5. Compete, assert. When to use. Urgent decisions are needed, e.g., ethical concerns. Example, a team member proposes unethical data manipulation. Shut it down firmly. We cannot compromise integrity. Leadership. Hack. Use active listening to de-escalate. I hear your frustration. Let's find a solution together. Topic 4. Negotiation and mediation in cross-cultural teams. Negotiating across cultures is like conducting an orchestra. Every instrument has its role. Here's how to harmonize differences. Step 1. Build trust. Hierarchical cultures, e.g., China, Saudi Arabia. Respect titles and seniority. Address a professor as Dr. Lee unless invited to use their first name. Egalitarian cultures, e.g., Denmark, Canada. First names are common. A Canadian colleague might say, "Call me Sarah." Step 2. Adapt decision-making. Group-oriented cultures, e.g., Kenya. Consensus is key. Hold a team vote or group discussion. Individualistic cultures, e.g., U.S. A leader may decide independently after gathering input. Step 3. Navigate time sensitivity. Fast-paced negotiators, e.g., New York, London. Get straight to the point. Here's our proposal. Thoughts? Slow-paced negotiators, e.g., Brazil, Japan. Invest in small talk first. How was your trip? Let's discuss the proposal over tea. Step 4. Use mediators. Example, a Kenyan and German student clash over project roles. A mediator helps them see the Kenyan values collective responsibility. The German values clearly defined tasks. Solution, assign roles but schedule weekly check-ins for collaboration. Scholars Negotiation Toolkit. BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Always have a backup plan. Example, if funding negotiations fail, propose a smaller pilot study. In conclusion, scholars remember, cultural intelligence isn't about memorizing rules. It's about curiosity, adaptability, and respect. Practice these skills in your next group project or conference. Observe how peers communicate, ask thoughtful questions, and embrace differences as learning opportunities. You're not just future researchers, you're global ambassadors of collaboration. Go forth and connect the world one conversation at a time. Thank you for listening.